Hey everyone, and welcome to the next episode in the series where I go back and review all the old COD zombie games. I play them, review them, and put them in a tier list at the very end. I would highly suggest going back and watching the old WAW review before coming to this one. This took a lot of work, so if you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, let's get right into the video. Thank you.
You said it was Cuba. What happened in Cuba?
After 2 years, Treyarch finally released the banger known as Black Ops 1. This game features 6 zombies maps, and 4 returning from World at War, with an insane story that develops as each map releases. To keep you in the loop, I'll summarize the story and the Easter egg steps as we go along. So let me just say, it seems as though our Ultimates crew has been taken through time, which is due to the Wonderwaffe being taken on the Darius teleporters, transporting them away from where they were supposed to go. Now they're ending up in Kino Der Toten, or the Theater of the Damned. Being the launch map of Black Ops 1, it was probably the first map that a lot of people played, and even the first map in the zombies experience, due to World at War zombies being hidden away in the campaign. A lot of nostalgia surrounds this map, and it's really easy to see why. This map was actually planned to be the 4th DLC for World at War. Instead, they pushed it to Black Ops 1. They had 2 maps on launch, that being 5 and Kino Der Toten. The graphics on Black Ops 1 compared to World at War is a huge leap, and I'm happy to report that Kino Der Toten is a horrifying map. Messages on the wall telling you to beware of the 6, that obviously being Nova 6 crawlers. And this pitch black window, leaving your mind to wonder at what horrors lie beyond. Quick Revive got the dire update that it needed, finally doing something in solo. Now you can go down up to 3 times, and each time, if you have Quick Revive, you'll be picked up. You'll also be given the Mustang and Sally, which is the starter weapon but pack-a-punched. A massive glow up for Quick Revive, and thank goodness too, because I am trash. The return of the classic power switch, which completely changes the way the map looks and acts. You'll see the roof break and tear as you hear screams and screeches from the roof. Just like Quick Revive, Juggernaut also has a huge update, where instead of increasing your health regen, it makes you a flat 4 hits to go down. Experiments with the Nova 6 gas made Nova Crawlers. These crawl in from the roofs and are the screeches that you heard earlier. They hunt you at rapid speeds, and once you kill them, they release their nauseous gas. You know, it sounded better in my head when I said that. We also got a brand new power-up, that being Fire Sale. At all mystery box locations, a box will spawn, and will be worth 10 points to spin. This power-up also becomes a staple of the series, and allows you to get some amazing wonder weapons from out the box for a very cheap price. It's a really important power-up, and one of the most important innovations that Kino Der Toten brings to the table. The other standout innovation from Kino Der Toten is of course the Thunder Gun. Treyarch said, remember that old dusty Wonderwaffe DG2? Do I remember? No. Okay, so you want to get into the Kino Der Toten Pack-a-Punch. Well, if you haven't watched a single tutorial in 14 years, here's how you do it. You go to the teleporter, you hit the interact. You go to spawn, you hit interact again. The final crucial step is you go back to the teleporter and you use it, and bada bing bada boom, Richtofen's your uncle. Which is not as cool as it sounds, by the way.
Bring it on, freak sacks.
When teleporting out of the theater room, you're going to be taken towards Samantha's room, who is a child. But is also someone that is very important to the story of zombies, as she's the one that's currently in the MPD, and she has full control of the zombies. I just want to give a real quick background lore. Samantha's father, Maxis, created a group called Group 935. They dealt with experiments with Element 115. These were a sort of extraterrestrial rock that gave the zombies life. Originally, Group 935 wanted to improve the human condition. However, due to lack of funding, Maxis started giving out Group 935's projects to the Nazi Party. Attempting to coup, Edward Richtofen, who was corrupted by the Dark Ether, tried to teleport Maxis and Samantha away. However, this had the inverse effect of teleporting Samantha to the MPD, where she merged with it, becoming one with the Ether. This is a catalyst that sets off Ultimus Richtofen's plan. Kino Der Toten was a Group 935 experiment to try and reprogram the zombies to make an army for the Nazi party. Kino is a great map, and it's really the bread and butter of what zombies should be. But it's just so simple, and there's no Easter egg or prevailing story that comes through this map. Kino, after all these years, just has me wishing for more. It's simple, it's easy, it's clean. It's the top of B tier. Definitely above Shino Numa.
Viva la revolución! Any last words, Mr. President?
Yes, Jack. Any superlative words of inspiration for our humble troops?
Do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be stronger men.
Power level critical. Major systems.
5. There's really nothing quite like this map. I mean, you're playing as real life characters. You can be John F. Kennedy. And 3 other guys, but who cares? I can still vividly remember the feeling of going down this calm, relaxing elevator and seeing the Pentagon. Sick. You go down a layer more and you'll reach the basement. Well, gravy. It's full of experiments, all planned to take down Samantha. And it's also got the most important part, the power. I love maps that make you go from one end of the map all the way to the other to unlock the power. And hey, you can teleport back. With the power on, you just head back straight into the control room, flip a few switches, and bada bing bada boom. John F. Kennedy's your uncle. Which is as cool as it sounds. After entering DEFCON 5, you'll see the Pack-a-Punch symbol hovering in every single teleporter, and you just go through and enter the Pack-a-Punch room. Another great new addition is the power-up Death Machine. You get a minigun that basically has unlimited ammo until the timer runs out for the power-up. Unfortunately, it's bad. But hey, new wonder weapon, the Winter's Howl. It sends out cool, chilly air, freezing any zombies in their place. It only takes a full clip. So yeah, this is bad too. At least it's strong when you Pack-a-Punch it. Yeah, right guys? Right?
Warning. Breach detected on level 3. Initiate security protocol 115.
You heard that right. This is not the dogs. This is the Pentagon thief. And this guy is a... Oof. He runs up, steals your guns, and just pisses off. But oh no, he's not done being annoying just yet. He's gonna make you chase him around the whole 3rd floor of this stupid Pentagon. And he's gonna say, "Oh, you want your guns back?"
No, never. Okay, maybe.
At least if you kill him successfully, you get a free max ammo and another fire sale. With the lack of camping and hoarding spots, and being a bit simple, it's going mid-B tier. The aesthetic carries. I just want to give a quick honorable mention to Dead Up's Arcade. It's a fun top-down arcade experience, which is actually hidden on the release of Black Ops 1. The gameplay looks a bit like this. There's no rounds, but there are levels. Power-ups aren't like insta-kill or double points, it's more like tank and sentry. It's really an arcade shooter at its core. Very, very, very distinct from Nazi zombies. I thought I'd just mention it because, well, it's a fun game mode, and I'd check it out if I were you. Alright, back to our real maps. The first DLC map to release for Black Ops 1 was Ascension. Our Ultimus crew finds an abandoned lunar liner at the Kino Der Toten facility. They use it to leave the place. The lunar launcher flies them to the Soviet Cosmodrome. This map is the first to introduce an Easter egg main quest. Of course, Derice has the flytrap Easter egg, which I neglected to mention, but this is the first genuine Easter egg quest. It's a first in the way it pushes the story forward, and also that it gives a reward by the time you complete it. But without further ado, here's Ascension. The first thing of note is that everything is in black and white. Even the characters in the game mention it. Some of the zombies here are a bit unusual. They're Soviet zombies, yet they seem to dodge away as if they still have their soldier programming within them. Unlucky for them, the centrifuge turns on, instantly killing them. Once you make your way to the power, flick that on, and huzzah, the color is back. I think it really adds to the style of Ascension. When a lot of people think of this map, they think about that black and white. This map introduces a new type of equipment, that being the Gersh device. It just so happens that this is the first thing that we need to start that main Easter egg quest. Just make your way to this generator, activate your Gersh device, and just throw it out the map. Cool. This map also added in a brand new wave of zombies. Instead of Hellhounds or the Pentagon Thief, we have the Space Monkey. Unfortunately for us, they are just as annoying if not more annoying than the Pentagon Thief. These little buggers have come to take your perks, and they do not take the grenades kindly. However, similar to the Pentagon Thief, if you kill them before they even touch a perk, you get a Giga OP power up. This proves to be quite the challenge later in the rounds, because you have 4 perks and you want that 5th perk, but it gets harder and harder to protect all your perks at once. Anyways, back to the Easter egg. Now you're just going to go hit this monitor and oh, Illuminati! With the map being so large, the players get given a brand new perk, Stamina, which lets you run faster, and PhD Flopper, which has a lot of effects and is a fan favorite, a must buy for any Black Ops 1 player, due to its surprising rarity and its lack of future iterations. I mean, it lets you dolphin dive and blow up the zombies. Gives you immunity to explosive and fall damage, and arguably one of the cleanest perk jingles out of them all. Hey, you ever wanted to get somewhere but you didn't want to use the teleporter? Well, guess what? The show-offs at Treyarch decided to add the Lunar Landers. They want you to know how big this map is, and you can take in all of Ascension in its grey Black Ops 1 glory. Just like the teleporters of every other generation, it just takes you straight back to spawn. Now that this monkey round began, we can finally get to doing the Easter egg again. All you gotta do is press these 4 buttons right next to the perk machines. The sad thing about Ascension is that it's not actually doable solo. You need a mod just to complete this Easter egg. This is a huge gripe of mine. Why add player limits to Easter eggs in zombies? Well, now we need to get to Pack-a-Punch, which takes sending off this rocket after using every single one of the Lunar Landers. With the rocket gone, the platform is now open, which we have to stand on for a certain amount of time. And hey, would you look at that, the time's all done. In the box are the Matryoshka dolls, which I didn't get footage for, but there's also the Thunder Gun, which we need to complete this Easter egg. Just pop that bad boy into that Pack-a-Punch. Head over to Gersh, who's been stuck in the Casimir mechanism. Just throw down one of your black hole Anyways, you want to throw down a black hole onto Gersh, and then shoot him with the Pack-a-Punch Thunder Gun. And soon enough, he'll be free, ready to begin his Ascension.
Casimir mechanism safety protocol initiated. Shutting down power systems.
Ah, yes! I'm free! I cannot thank you enough for releasing me from that horrible place.
Your reward for completing this Easter egg is a 90-second death machine. But in Black Ops 1, it's not really a reward. Ascension gets an A. Not better than Doris because the Easter egg is not soloable, but still a very fun map.
Years ago, I did research for a World War II movie. I came across some old Nazi documents. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Element 115, necromancers, raising the dead, real creepy stuff.
We're completely surrounded! Come on!
The coolest thing? Some of that crazy shit happened right here.
Now we take a flash into the future, at an abandoned Siberian outpost from Group 935. Our playable crew, made up of real-life celebrities, discover the atrocities of Group 935 as they fight an outbreak. The star of this cast is George A. Romero, who is turned into a zombie. He's the highlight of the map. Be careful not to get hit by them though, he will be angry. But it's all good as long as he takes a little dip into the lake. First, we get the power on, and in the power room, we actually have a few switches to do for the Easter egg. Then after we knife this door on the other side of the map, we can hear the Ultimus crew through it.
Ah! I'm blind! I'm blind! In my eyes!
The light's out for them, so let's grab a fuse and give it back to them. However, while you're discussing with the Ultimus crew, Nikolai accidentally activates the security measures. So to fix that, we gotta blow up 4 pylons around the map. Then we go back and see what's up. And then on the outside of this map, they're going to be activating this light, which will be shining towards the lighthouse. Now we gotta change the zombie back into a human using the VR11 and kill it using the Matryoshka dolls or any explosive weapon. That's pretty much the Easter egg done. The hardest part is definitely getting the VR11 out of the box and another explosive weapon like the scavenger or the Matryoshka dolls. You'll see the golden rod down at the bottom of the lighthouse. Give it to the Ultimus crew.
Thank you so much for your help out there. Bye-bye!
Then something goes wrong with the teleporter, you just knife the fuse, and then send them on their way.
Perhaps we will see you another time. Goodbye!
A neat little death machine power-up will spawn, but no, it doesn't give you a death machine, it gives you the WAW DG2. It's crazy to think that we haven't seen this weapon since Doris. You know, technically this map has 4 wonder weapons, with the WAW DG2, the VR11, the scavenger, and the ray gun. The WAW, unfortunately, does not replace your normal death machine drops, which is quite sad. But if you happen to kill George Romero, then you can pick up his death machine drop, and that will be a WAW, and he gives you a free perk too. Which is good that it feels so rewarding because it takes forever to kill him with 250,000 health. Man, this map is something else. The zipline in this map and the flinger are probably the greatest additions to transportation and zombies that have been made so far. And I know Shino Numa has a zipline as well, but nothing like this. It's such a shame that this map just has such weak wonder weapons. It makes you feel so useless against the zombies. On such a great map too. The flow and aesthetic is amazing, the cast is perfect, the Easter egg is nice and simple, and George Romero really rounds off the experience with having you being chased constantly throughout the map. He keeps you moving and light on your feet. You can't stay in one spot for too long or else he will be after you. This map is great, solid A tier. Now let's go on to the most beautiful map of Black Ops 1. There, I said it. Going from a place that literally took the color and being a foggy Siberian wasteland, going to Shangri-La is the most whiplash that I have ever gotten from playing a zombies game. It's a vibrant and beautiful place, but Ultimus is here for a reason. They need the focusing stone in the temple. This map introduces a lot of new things, like multiple power switches, even though they're right next to each other. And this is the 3rd map in a row to change how you get to the Pack-a-Punch, with you having to stand on the tower to open the stairs up to the temple. The wonder weapons of this map being the ray gun and the 3179 JGB, the baby gun. We just call it the baby gun. Be careful when you get a power-up drop from a zombie, because the Ascension monkeys have gone from stealing your perks to stealing your power-ups. After a monkey steals your power-up, it's going to rotate through each one of them, and then once you kill it, it'll drop that exact power-up that it's hovering above its head. Aside from the monkeys, we also have 2 brand new zombies. First we have the Shrieker, which shouts at you and concusses you. And then we have the Napalm, which slowly sets you on fire and explodes when you kill it. To start with our Easter egg, we hit these 4 pillars back in spawn, and we'll go back in time to a time when there was the eclipse. And you'll see the focusing stone on top of the temple, but it's gigantic.
I must have it in my pocket.
Traveling back to this day where there's an eclipse, you'll meet Brock and Gary, 2 explorers that got trapped in a time loop while searching for a realm called the Agartha. Talking to them will activate the first Easter egg step, which is matching tiles on the floor, but for single player, it does not work. With this mod, we'll just go on right to the next Easter egg step, where we take this slide, flip this lever, and then we just wait at the bottom of the platform. The next step starts with a meteorite crashing down to Shangri-La. And now, for the 3rd Easter egg in a row, we have to get another wonder weapon out of the box, that being the baby gun. After you knife that, you just wait for it to reach the bottom of the water slide, and then go up the water geyser with it. You'll see it fall back down to earth, settling in place. Meeting Brock and Gary again, we've seen they've gotten themselves in trouble once more. After turning the valves, we gotta set them alight using a napalm zombie, who slowly but surely makes his way through each of the exhausts. The step is quite tedious, and is only really possible if you have a crawler or two. Playing through this Easter egg step is so simple, and yet so tedious and slow. Flick this lever and you're done. Now that we got Brock and Gary out, we gotta save them once again. We gotta get these spikes into the holes to plug them up so they don't drown from water. And after that we just flood the waterfall, making sure to clear out the water for Brock and Gary to get free. To really prove how complex these Easter egg steps are getting, let's go ahead and just knife every single tile around the map and explode this tent. Go listen to this random radio that's only accessible outside of Eclipse mode.
We are finally out of the wretched catacombs.
Still full of clips.
Then go turn these 4 dial things in the mud maze, making sure they match up and align with the code that Brock and Gary were giving in that radio. After that we got these gongs that we gotta ring, making sure we hit the right ones so that they harmonize with each other.
Are resonating with honor. Got it.
After grabbing the dynamite, we just shoot this focusing stone here, and listen to the beautiful sounds.
The rock has been shrunken.
Now we just give the dynamite to Brock and Gary, who finally made it to the top of the temple. And we make our way back to the future, seeing that they exploded the path just for us. On the altar we'll find the focusing stone, which is a part of Richtofen's plan. We'll also get every single perk. Shang is a nice, relaxing map, has a really cool wonder weapon, a really cool design aesthetic. The boss zombies are so unique. It is a bit smaller, I would say, than the last 2 maps have been, but I don't mind that too much. It's a nice tight map. It feels really good to play, nice flow. And the concept of a time loop in the Easter egg and the reward for it is just so good. This is definitely A tier, but I think it's just a little bit below Ascension for me. Ultimates finally made their way back to America. Welcome to Nevada, Area 51. Now that Richtofen has the goldenrod and the focusing stone, we have everything we need to take Samantha out. This spawn room is called No Man's Land. It's an infinite wave of zombies that progressively get harder and harder, but there's no rounds at all. You just have a pistol, your knife, and a few grenades, and you have to make the most out of it and get the most points. And maybe you can make the most out of it and buy a jug before you leave, taking the giant teleporter to the moon. Obviously you can't really breathe on the moon, so you need your own spacesuit. Just grab your PES, put it on, and just breathe slow. Yeah, did I forget to mention that the MPD is on the moon, and Group 935 has a whole facility up here? Now we just flick on the power switch, and we can see the MPD in all its glory. This pyramid is the sole reason this whole entire space station exists. Oh my god, it's Pony Girl 66, who is the astronaut, the boss zombie of this map. Similar to George Romero, you have to shoot it down just to get it off your back. If you get caught, say goodbye to one of your perks, and you'll be teleported somewhere in the map. Outside, we play Samantha Says, which is basically just Simon Says. Just match the colors of the sequence to the colors of each monitor, and everything will be good to go. Now in the lab, we have to replace our spacesuit with the hacker. After hacking this terminal, we're going to hack 4 other terminals. Let's just do that now. Then we push these 4 buttons, grab this power cable here, and once again roll for the wonder weapon in the mystery box. Pretty much every single Black Ops 1 map has this. But hey, you ever wanted your ray gun to be dual wield? Introducing the Zap guns, which can actually merge together to create the wave gun. It enlarges zombies when you shoot them, expanding them until they pop like a meat balloon. Yeah, it's as graphic as it sounds. It's a great way to clear out a horde, while the individual Zap guns are more like single target. They don't really got the splash damage like the normal ray gun, but they can help you out in a pickle. In terms of needing things from the mystery box, Moon is the worst offender. You need to grab the Gersh devices, which make a return. Now we just make our way back to No Man's Land, and you can tell by the round that this really gets done pretty late. Oh well, just go explode these plates over here. You can go chuck a Gersh device at them. That's just going to teleport the plates onto the platform for you. We gotta quickly teleport back, where we'll see the plates on the floor. And then we need to get the QEDs out of the box, which is just like, why? Well anyways, throw it at the plates, it's gonna teleport them away. Unfortunately for me, this is gonna break the glass in the spawn room, making it unbreathable. We're just gonna connect this pipe here, and then we're gonna go hacking away at this computer. This step is very time consuming, and unfortunately for us, the round just changed. During this step, Maxis will actively try to stop you. His consciousness is now an AI in the machine, and the interaction between Edward Richtofen and Maxis is what sets up the story in Black Ops 2. But once they finish their Discord call, you're just gonna grab the charged goldenrod. You also have to have waited for the excavator, which I luckily got the same round that I finished, charging the goldenrod up. Then you'll see a little sphere that the excavator got. This really is just like an escort mission, and you also needed the wave gun, which makes the step a bit tedious. But hey, once that's all done, we'll finally get the Vril sphere, which is the name of this sphere, into the MPD, and that'll actually raise this tube here, which we need to charge with souls. Luckily, there just so happens to be a bunch of zombies lying around to charge the soul box. Once we just charge it up, we gotta flick this switch here, and that'll reveal Samantha, who's been trapped in the MPD for a long time now. We also get a 90-second death machine, just like Ascension, but once again, it's Black Ops 1, so not that good. If you charge the goldenrod, then 4 more canisters will come that you need to fill with souls, so I'm just gonna use the death machine to help with that. And once that's all charged, let's put the goldenrod in, and we're gonna activate Richtofen's plan, switching bodies with Samantha.
I can control them fully! I can destroy you! But not before we continue the game.
With Richtofen in charge of the MPD, we don't know what evils he's up to, so Maxis offers to help us. Using the QED, we can send the Vril sphere away from here. We're hoping to sever the tie between Richtofen and Earth. We're gonna have to do 3 more Samantha stays to make sure that Maxis has control of the station on the moon. These were quite long, even with a crawler, but once you get one of them done, you'll see to your left we got 2 more times to do it, and each time another missile will leave its loading bay.
Good. Now that I am in control of the station, we have one last chance to sever Edward's link with Earth. I will calculate the position. Retrieve the artifact and take it to the launch platform.
Now we gotta throw a Gersh down, which will suck up the artifact, teleporting it to one of the firing stations. And from there we commence probably one of the most iconic ending to any zombie story. It's crazy to think that they did this in the second game. I'll let you have a watch and see what happens.
Seconds to impact.
An ending that makes you really wonder what's gonna come next, what's gonna happen. You blew up the Earth, and not just a little bit either. You could feel the vibrations from the moon. I mean, you can literally see the debris from Earth floating around in its own atmosphere. I don't think that's surviving. If you choose to go back to Area 51 on No Man's Land, you'll actually see that the environment has changed. It's now an apocalyptic wasteland with one of the most beautiful skyboxes out of any game. I feel like Shangri-La was really the first dip into nonsense and wild, out there ideas, but Moon just took it to another level. I think as long as this ending exists, where you literally blow up the Earth, no one will ever forget about Moon. But that's fine by me. This map has a great wonder weapon, a great atmosphere, and an amazing story. If you actually look at the zombies, you can see that their eyes are now blue, showing that they're controlled by Richtofen. But back to the map. I think Moon kind of takes that step into absurdity that I was talking about in the World at War video. But at the same time, I I just can't knock it. It's such a good map. I haven't really gone into high rounds, but I think for a solo experience, it's quite fun. But speaking on the solo experience, the Easter egg is actually not soloable, and that's a big no-no. If I need a mod that just lets me do it solo, it's already just a no. All in all, Black Ops 1 Zombies has probably the most consistent experience. You boot it up, you know what you're getting. You got 5, you got Kino, you got Ascension, you got Call of the Dead, and you got Moon. None of them are bad. In fact, most of them are pretty good, if not great. I think Black Ops 1 really refined the Zombies experience. It was quite literally the biggest layup you could have leading into Black Ops 2. We had some perk reworks, we had power-ups, but most importantly, we had Easter eggs added to the game. It really makes you wonder just how much the Easter eggs contributed towards the longevity of this game mode. I know for me personally, Zombies is the Easter egg. There's just something so special about going through these Easter eggs that high rounding just can't compare to, and the characters are just chef's kiss. Moon is an A tier, for sure. I think I prefer it over Shangri-La, not more than Ascension I think. Black Ops 1 actually had remasters of the original World at War maps, but I'm just gonna quickfire the changes. Nocturne and Toten got the singular perk Mule Kick, and it also got the weapon the Thunder Gun in the box. Simple changes for a simple map. I really appreciate that. Varrocked Quick Revive finally does something, yay! And then they added Mule Kick. And they also added the Winter's Hell. Apart from Mule Kick, Shino is pretty much exactly the same. Or at least it feels the same. Doris looks even more beautiful. They did Varrock dirty with the Winter's Hell. Put Noct over that. Shino, probably keep that there. And I can't deny it, but Doris, near perfect map. Well then, I guess I'll have to see you guys next time for